CSS, that is cascading style sheets in your Python application. We saw how you can have your Python application linked to HTML files, which is through the templates folder or the templates directory. So we need to see then how can you style the HTML files, and where do you need to place your CSS file folder. So what you need to do is you need to come to your mother folder where your application is residing and create a folder. Call this folder static directory, then you call it static, something like that. Then now it is in this folder that now you can create your CSS files. So if you want to be more structured, you can create a folder, call it CSS, and then now you can now create your CSS file there. So you just need to come, say file, you call it maybe style.css, and then now this is where you're going to do your styling. But before then, you need to instruct your HTML files where to find the CSS. So like for this case, in the about us page, you need to come somewhere within the head. You just need to come have the link tag there, then now define the source of the link tag here. But here in Python, we do it a bit differently. In Flask framework, we do it a bit differently. So you need to create the placeholders, which are defined by curly brackets, two of them on either way, on the either side. Then in here, you define a function called URL4. URL4 is a function that accepts two parameters. The first parameter being the mother folder, which is static, and then now the second parameter being a file name equals something. So for this case, the first parameter, the folder static, then the second parameter, the path. So the path is CSS, and then the file is style.css. So make sure everything is okay. So this is style.css, and then the folder is CSS, but both are in the static folder. So this tells your HTML files that that is where to reference to the CSS. So you need to have all the CSS files. You need to have them with that kind of linking. All the HTML files, sorry, they need to be linked in such a way so that anytime you go to your CSS, of course now here, and then write some CSS style, you are able to define you're able to define some style, and then that style will be picked by by your application. So you can decide to use some hexadecimal, maybe let me say black color, something like that, and then now let's see whether my HTML files have picked. So I can go to my Python application, of course, main py, right click, run. So I'm expecting now my pages to have picked, and of course you see they have picked. So that's what we were talking about. So the index file, of course, is referencing to this function, and this function is calling the index.html file. So if it's about page as well, the about page, you're expecting it is still reflecting as well. Yeah, something like that. So that is how you can reference an HTML, some CSS files, and link them to your HTML. So I think that is okay for now. See you in the next class.